In online IT support, there's a shorthand used, "Out wanted." And that strange word means it used to work and now it doesn't. This is an apt description of the current state of resident participation in Lambeth. On your committee's website it says, and I paraphrase, "The past half-century has seen a focus on the importance of resident involvement, with residents' association playing an increasing role in the governance and management of social housing stock." I'm afraid few of us would recognise that as a describing contemporary experience. Residents' experience in Lambeth is typical of the situation in most boroughs, so I will concentrate on that. There was a period when resident engagement was meaningful, with considerable powers of examining the council and actively engaging in the management of housing at every level, from the mundane to the strategic, being meaningfully involved in making decisions about our homes. Residents helped push Lambeth from a position where it was notoriously badly managed to a place where problems had been identified and an ambition to be better were entrenched. For example, they were the first to request peer group benchmarking, the first to argue for strategic planning that went beyond the next financial year. Over the last couple of years, since the Almo was closed and Lambeth took back direct management of its homes, resident participation has been allowed to wither, drowned in mountains of paper, but losing all power to make decisions. It has now been replaced with a system involving far fewer residents, some of whom are selected by officers, and already faces more papers and has even fewer powers. It is typical that Lambeth's proposals require that members of the new scrutiny board are not allowed to criticise the council in public, which demonstrate the mindset behind those proposals. Lambeth's interactions with its residents have fallen so far down the council's agenda that senior officers do not even know what it entails. As an example, the notorious Walkabout Wednesdays presented by Lambeth officers to the committee in their evidence claimed that estates were inspected on a regular basis every couple of weeks by Lambeth housing managers. For clarity, across the whole borough, there is one inspection every 2 weeks, allowing for weather and holidays equating to about 20 or so a year. Given that there are over 200 estates, this suggests that each one might get a visit every 8 years. After challenges from residents, this policy has been dropped. New policies, though, have yet to be revealed. The current local authority environment, with its cabinet governance, has removed all vestiges of interaction for most people with council policies. Even ordinary councillors seem to struggle to be well informed. Pre the cabinet system, housing committees were always well attended, with extensive resident participation. Residents, particularly from Tenants Council and Leasehold Council Executive, have the opportunity to rigorously examine the council's performance and propose ways of improving the management of their homes. Residents also had a huge depth of historical knowledge, often otherwise lost, that was invaluable in informing council debate and decisions. In Lambeth, there are now no formal channels through which residents can engage with their landlord other than at "my tap is leaking" level. There is no resident engagement on a pan-borough level, none at a strategic level, no way of influencing the future of our homes in Lambeth. For people to be involved in making decisions about the key things that affect their lives is the basis of a healthy democratic society. Although we now seem to be approaching a dystopian corporatocracy, we must fight back for the principles of democratic society. I understand the limitations of the GLA's power, but the Mayor can act by establishing, recognising and supporting good practice, by involving residents at every stage in developing housing policy within the GLA, and by requiring local authorities to show that they follow such good practice as part of bids for funding or other support from the GLA.
Thank you very much.